Hey yo, it's Kane, man. I'm back. Finally, it's been about, I think 5 months, maybe less. I don't know. I've been going through a lot. I've been working a lot, man. I just got a new house and everything. Still on house arrest. I'm trying to figure things out. And a lot of people that I know personally been asking me about videos. When I'm gonna drop another video, I haven't been thinking about it. I haven't been worried about it. It's not my day job. It's just something that I just started doing, right? So now I'm back with a video finally, and I don't know if it's gonna get views or not, but this one is gonna be about never feel bad for anybody in prison, right? So I started to make that mistake at first. Like there's people that you will meet in there, like young kids, right? So in the world, you got these young kids out here running around and holding guns and switches or whatever. I don't know. I'm 28, man. My birthday was a few days ago. I'm 28 now. I've already lived that life when I was 14, 15, all the way up until I was about 22, 23. I ended up going to prison, man. Nowadays, you got kids that think they're hard, man. And then, as an older person, when you start hitting your late 20s and then you get into your 30s and even 40s, like, you start looking at those kids like, man, that was me once. Or, like, in a way, like, I got a brother that's 7 years younger than me. So when I see these little kids in prison or fucking up, I automatically have a heart like, damn, bro, like, nah, bro, you shouldn't be doing that. So when it comes to prison, never do that. I tried that, man. I tried it, man. A couple times there was young kids in there and they had their mind fucked up, their mental was fucked up, and the reason why they was in there, they wasn't in there long, but they kept on like catching more cases in there and violations and getting more time trying to prove themselves, or even getting ran up. Like they was hard on the streets, but now they're in prison and now they got to fucking battle for their life. It's not even about freedom anymore. It's not about that no more. It's about their life, bro. You got to live every day with these grown ass. You're living basically amongst apex predators, and you're a young kid, and you keep fucking up. You want to go home, but you keep fucking up. You have to defend yourself, right? Or you have to get involved in these things. Some kids get involved in gangs or drugs or whatever, right? Or some of them cower down and just do what they got to do, and they get told what to do, right? So I remember there was this kid that I knew. He used to always try to message my baby mama, right? So I'm from Indiana. He was from northeast Indiana. I'm from northwest Indiana, but I moved down to a place called Lafayette. That's where my baby mama's from. He was always messaging her and trying to hook up with her. He was a few years younger than us. They never hooked up or nothing like that, but I already knew who the kid was, and he was one of those kids that thought he was like cool. Like he had the face tattoos and like wanted to tote guns and talk about like lean and all this other shit, right? But I knew, I saw through the facade like what type of person he was, so I just, hey, get the fuck on, man. And right when so there's a place called RDC. It's the reception center here in Indiana. So you go there and they got the Shawshank Redemption bars like this, right? And you get passes for medical, and they're evaluating you before you go to prison, to your actual prison that they assign you to. So I keep seeing this kid in the reception center. We go out, we get it was like 23 and 1. We get 1 hour out, church or movies, right? I kept seeing this kid. I'm like, man, I recognize this kid, bro. I swear that's that little boy that was always with my baby mama shit. But I wasn't tripping on him though. Like I wasn't like, oh man, you talking to my baby mama? I'm not like that, bro. Like I knew he went on shit. I knew he was a kid. But I could see he was having fun. His energy was high, and he was like getting along with other people. And I saw him kicking it with this dude that was a known, like at the time, I guess he didn't know or nobody knew, but before we got shipped out to our prison, like I guess he had a sexual assault case, right? And he was kicking it with him, like that was his homie. It was a mixed kid. Well, he's kicking it with him, and everybody like, hey man, dude over there, this and that, he's got a fucked up case, and they're telling me about it. I'm like, damn. So, not the kid that I'm talking about that was in my BM shit, but the kid that he was kicking it with. So the kid that he was kicking it with, that had the fucked up case, he got sent to another prison. I hit the bus to go to my prison, Westville, Northwest Indiana, right? Guess who's there? The kid with the face tattoos that lean and guns and ooh, this and that. We get to the prison. I'm playing it cool. I'm trying to figure everything out, bro. I've been doing time since I was like 15, 14. I'm looking around, I'm observing shit. I'm not going up, I'm not watching TV, I'm not trying to gamble, I'm not doing anything like out of pocket, bro. I'm watching people. And I'm seeing, okay, you're affiliated with so and so, this and that. I'm just listening, bro. I'm not talking. I'm listening to what's going on around me and watching. That's it. But I'm not watching too hard, because if you watch too hard, then all of a sudden, like, bro, what's he on? What's he on? Anyway, so one day, I'm bored. I'm walking through the hallway. We got no windows in our prison. It's cold as shit. All the windows was busted out. Everybody's walking around with state coats on, blankets and shit. Everybody walking out there like this, and all of a sudden I seen dude face tattoo. I'm gonna call him face tattoo. So face tattoo. So he was out there and he's talking to somebody, and he's sitting there. He's at the picnic at the table in the day room, and there was this big white boy that was a GD. He was sitting there talking to him. He's like, man, you know you can't do that, ooh, this and that, you bogus, and ooh, next time you gotta fight me and shit. And I'm looking over, face tattoo, he's got his eyes beat shut, and he's crying, and he's talking to me, he's like, bro, I won't do it again, I promise, bro, ooh, this and that. He's like, all right, so either you go get your ones, or I'm gonna beat your ass. Ooh. So he's like, man, I don't want to fight nobody, bro, I don't want to fight nobody, right? So I'm like, damn, this is the same kid that was in my BM shit, and he was posting all this shit and like guns and this and that, and like, so like, but now like I'm seeing the real him. I'm seeing what he really is. And I was just like, damn, bro, like this whole time you was free, you was trying to do this gang banging shit or like trying to look like one, and now you're sitting here crying at a day room table, nobody to help you, the guards don't even care. You're crying, your eyes beat shut. And you're crying, bro. You got face tattoos. You got shit like you are trying to be somebody that you're not the whole time. You was free. And now you're in here and you're crying, bro. So then he got a choice. He ended up going and he had a few fights in there, bro. They kept taking him back there and whooping him. Multiple people. Whooping him. Taking his shit. They was saying, they was accusing him of stealing one of the hitters. They call them hitters. People that push it or get big shipments in it, you know. So they was trying to say that he stole $1,000 worth of his shit and sold it and smoking it, and you know. So then every time it was something new, boom, 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 they would come and whoop him. So we get these orange state hats in the winter, right? A beanie, but it's bright orange like a hunting hat. And every time he came out, bro, his hat was getting darker, bro, from dust, from his head hitting the floor and getting his ass kicked. So I'm starting to kind of feel bad for him. I'm like, damn, bro, like you're letting them do that. Like you're not even like trying to defend yourself or like do anything to get yourself out of this situation. Like you fucked up bad, but I can't say nothing. This ain't got shit to do with me. That's you. But knowing him and knowing about him from the world kind of made me feel bad. Like, you know, like I've got emotional intelligence and awareness. Like I'm not an asshole. I'm not a mean person. I know, you know, when somebody is a certain type of way, or if they're not, even if they're trying to portray something. I know that kid wasn't with it, and it was just beating him to the dirt, bro. It got to the point like he checked out and snitched on all of them. And I don't condone snitching, but man, like you shouldn't have been in that situation to begin with. And then all of a sudden they're putting out kites and shit and 50 packs on his head, bro. I've never seen him since. I don't know if he got sent to the infirmary. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe motherfuckers got on him and poked him up. I don't know. So that was the first occasion with a young kid that I ran across in a joint. So I'm still in that same dorm. I was on idle disciplinary dorm. So like I wasn't in trouble. Like I didn't do anything fucked up. But everybody I was on a dorm with like did some fucked up shit. They either stabbed somebody or they had a jack, like a phone they wasn't supposed to have in there. Like I was on disciplinary idle, right? Waiting for my case manager or caseworker to talk to me and then see if I could get a job in the kitchen or something, right? So they finally, hey, you got to pass, right? And I'm like, all right, bet. I'm like, oh, it's a caseworker thing. And then so I go and I talk to him. Hey, man, I'm going to put you in the kitchen probably, and whoa, this and that. I go back to the dorm. I'm like, bet, I might move to the kitchen. Whole time, I'm still in the same dorm, and I'm seeing, it's so much crazy shit. My bunkie was like this big bald head white dude, but he was in his 40s, right? But I ended up getting into it with him the day before I ended up leaving, because he was like, bro, when we get commissary, bro, can I borrow can I borrow a couple cans of pop? Because I ordered 2 cases of pop. I don't drink pop like that, but I was going to sell it, or like, I was going to do something with it, right? So he was saying, like, I was like, why? What you need my shit for? You got shit coming. So then he was scared out of his mind. He's younger than me, bro, or he's older than me. I'm way younger than him. I'm like 23, 24. This man is in his 40s. He's like old enough to be my dad, bro. So he's trying to spin this whole lie, like, oh man, I just needed to, I'm gonna get you back. I'm like, no, I'm like, what you trying to do? You owe somebody already, bro? We haven't been on this dorm long. What you got going on? At first I felt bad for him because he seemed like a genuine dude. And that's one of my toxic traits, one of my downfalls in life, is feeling bad for people. I got a big heart, right? But you can't in that life. So I'm trying to investigate him. What do you got going on, bro? Why do you need to get shit from me? You got shit coming. You actually got more shit coming than I do. Come to find out, he's paying protection to a Four Corner hustler a few cells down, which I'm cool with. And I was like, oh, hell no. I pulled up on the Four Corner hustler, bro. And I straight up told him, I said, hey, I don't know what you and him got going on. They called him Schmiegel. I said, I don't know what you and Schmiegel got going on. They made fun of him. His real name was, I think it was Spiegel or something like that, but they called him Schmiegel. Like a goofy, right? I don't know what you and Schmiegel got going on, bro, but I ain't got shit to do with it. If he says that he's going to give you anything from me, that's dead in the water. He's going to have to get it off the roof, or somebody has to. He's like, oh, no, bro, it ain't nothing like that. I appreciate you coming. We sitting there talking and shit. He's like, yeah, man, he's paying me, man, to look out for him and shit. So I'm like, ding. I'm like, okay, so my cellie is paying you for protection because he's scared. Mind you, he has had no altercations at this point. Bro, it was my first week on that fucking dorm, and I'm sitting there, I'm going down to the other wing. I'm on North Wing. I'm going down to South Wing, bro, getting tattoos. Got this whole tattoo in there. Bro, I'm cool with motherfuckers. Bro, I'm in there. I'm buying brown. They call it brown tobacco, bro. I'm blowing and shit. I'm sitting there smoking with Schmiegel, thinking he's cool. It's gonna be cool, bro. I'm sitting there trying to coach him through it, bro. I've never been to prison at this point. I just been locked up my whole life. Boys' school, jail. I'm telling him it's cool, bro. Here, you know, and he's just like, oh yeah. But he was a fiend for the tobacco. Like, he couldn't wait to hit it. So I knew already, I'm like, this motherfucker got a fiend mentality already. So I'm peeping all this shit. And then the protection thing. So me feeling bad at first, that shit went out the window, bro. So now I'm like, hell no, fuck that. I started getting distant with him, even though he's my cellie, bro. He's out there in the day room scared. He always got his headphones in with his state radio, watching the TV, looking around. I'm like, oh no, bro, I cannot be associated with somebody like that. That's a hoe. He's not with that, bro. Like, he's not even willing to defend himself, bro. Like, he has had no altercations yet, and he's already willing to pay protection? No. So, a couple days goes by and shit, and all of a sudden they're like, hey, McGee, Kane McGee. I'm like, yeah. They're like, grab your box, grab your shit, we're moving you. I'm like, where the fuck I'm going? I'm already cool with a lot of people on here. Bro, I already paid for tattoos. Like, I was supposed to get my whole shit done by this one dude that did this. Right? This whole thing, bro. That shit was like $40. And then, like, I didn't even have to pay, like, another $15, get my whole shit done. So I'm mad I'm leaving. And I shouldn't be mad, because I'm going to a kitchen dorm. But I'm mad I'm leaving. Because I'm like, damn, hold on, can I just have another day? They're just like, no, you're moving now. Your caseworker said it. You're going to the kitchen. Grab your shit, woo. I'm walking down the hall. I got all my shit packed up. Schmeegel pulls up on me. Bro, please let me get 2 of them pop. I said, hell no. I said, get out my face, bro. I'm not giving you shit. I ain't got shit right now anyway. I can't even get commissary. Because now I have to wait another week because I'm going to another dorm. He's like, bro, you got something, bro? I said, no, bro. I almost fired off on him. Next thing you know, this black dude pulls up on me. Hey, man. Dude said that he was, you was going to look out, bro. And woo, this and that. And you was going to pay like $2 on it. I said, no, it wasn't none of that. And I even told him that days prior. You can go talk to 4CH down there. And if anything, you can get it off the roof, bro. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to my new dorm. I didn't snitch on nobody. You can check my background. You can check all my credentials, everything, bro. I don't owe nobody shit. And if you want it, come get it off the roof. I'm going to my new dorm. And he was like, oh, he starts talking to me and shit. Come to find out, me and him is from the same city. So then they got on Schmiegel's ass. To this day, I don't know what happened to Schmiegel. But he fucked up, bro. That's why you don't feel bad for people in prison. Because I started to make that mistake at first. And I'm like, oh, man, this dude, man, he's scared and shit. He's in his 40s, his first time going. But it ended up backfiring on me, right? I'm in my new dorm. You guys heard stories in the past, my old videos. So this kid, he is the dorm, right? I'm already in there for a few months, had my few fights. You guys could go listen to the old videos about what happened. Anyway, this kid, he comes to the deck. I'm thinking he's a new kid. He's a young kid. It was him and somebody else. Well, apparently, he wasn't a new kid. He had already been on the fucking deck. The reason why he came back, he went to the hole for like 3 months. This is before I even got there. Him and the other dude that he came on there with witnessed the murder. The COs, like a few of the staff members, there was a guy freaking out. He was on tune and ice and all this other shit. He was freaking out trying to get off the dorm. People was fucking with him, but they wasn't hurting him. But he was scared out. He was paranoid. Long story short, the CO stomped him out, killed him while he was handcuffed. Threw him down the stairs. Beat him to death, right? So that kid that came on, he saw it through the window from the door that you go out and there's the stairwell go out to the yard, right? So he saw it and so did the other guy. They saw it, so they put him in the hole for an investigation, right? So this kid comes on, and immediately everybody knows who he is. Everybody likes him. Everybody's all, oh, what's up? I forget what his name is. It's like something like Tyler, Jake, some young white kid, blonde hair. Young kid. And he was exactly my little brother's age, 7 years younger than me. So automatically, naturally, I'm just like, damn, man, this little ass kid, man. What the fuck is he doing in here? Everybody's talking to him. And he seemed like a decent kid at first. He came from the hole. He was sober. And he's sitting there, he's talking to me. He's like, oh, yeah, how long you been on this dorm? I'm like, shit, I'm talking to him. He immediately starts telling me, oh, this is why I was off the dorm and this and ooh, this and that. Well, I'm like, damn. I'm like, so what you got going on? How long you in here for? He starts spilling the whole thing, his case, everything to me, right? And I'm not the only person. He's been an open book to everybody. So apparently him and his friends, they was young kids. They got charged at 17 and convicted of they tried to rob a pregnant woman while she was with her other kids and stole her car, and they got batteries for it, whatever, and they got like fucking 6 years, 7 years in prison. And he was sitting there like, yeah, man, I feel bad about it now that I think about it and this and that. But at the same time, I'm like, man, he was trying to put all the blame onto his homie that was with him and the other guy or whatever. And I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, you knew what you was doing. In my mind, I'm saying that, but I'm not going to say that to him. So I'm like, all right, man. So I pimp off. I'll go do what I do. Over the time, the course of him being back, I'm seeing him on some fiend shit. He's running around. He's running up debts. He's getting into it with people. People smacking the shit out of him. And he keeps trying to come and talk to me. And I'm like, nah, bro. I'll just say some simple shit and spin off on him. I'll go do what I do. But I'm still kind of feel bad because he's a young kid, bro. Like, he had no facial hair, short blonde hair. Like, he looked like a child. Like, no tattoos, nothing. So I'm like, man, this fucking kid. But I can't do shit about it, right? I just keep watching from the distance. He just keeps getting beat, get into it with people. So finally, the last thing that was horrible that I saw what happened to him, and other people stuck up for him, though, after this. So it was some Aryans that came in, 2 of them. And so I was in Westville, Northwest Indiana, bro. The prison system, Aryans, like Aryan Brotherhood, bro, they have no weight to hold in that prison, bro. Or in the whole area, really. They're not even a thing like, oh, what's up, brother? Yeah, we're fucking, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, we run this shit. It's not like the movies, bro. They was making them sleep on the floor. They had no bed sheets. They had no blankets, no pillows, makeshift pillows. They had no mats, nothing. They was making them sleep on the floor. Right? So there was a couple of them came in. They was on drugs and shit. They was sitting there, and they kept their shirts on to cover up their swastikas and shit. Well, you got a little. I'm gonna call him Jake Tyler, whatever. I'm gonna call him Jake. But he was cuffed by this older black guy that's been in there for about 20, 30 years. And he was always back there hanging out with him. And he was cuffed by him. So at this point, nobody's putting their hands on him. Well, I heard from I didn't see it out with my own eyes. But this dude named Big Country, he comes up to me and he's like, hey, man. He's like, man, if you see Jake again, don't talk to that kid. I'm like, why? And Country, he's telling everybody, he's like, man, that kid's fucked up. I'm like, why? You know, everybody's laughing and joking, but it's sad. He's like, man, I walked in there, and old head black dude, he was like, man, I walked in there and Jake was on his knees giving him head, bro, with the sheet hanging on the bunk. And I was just like, I'm like, damn it, I'm imagining this little kid, this young boy doing that. And I was just so disgusted. And I was like, oh, I ain't never talking to his ass again. I was like, man, I hope he don't ever pull up on me again, because now he's cuffed, he's somebody's boy, right? Well, one day, I'm walking down the hall, I'm walking down the wing, and I was cool with this other dude that was a Falkland hustler, but he was like a hitter, like a big one. Like, he had a lot of shit. Like, a lot of people knew him on the deck. Like, he held the deck for the 5, right, for the fence. So I'm walking down the hallway. I hear screaming, and I see a commotion as I'm walking. I just got done blowing a square with somebody, and we was in there drinking some hooch and shit. I'm just walking, and then it's Jake, the young kid. He's outside this. He's like laying outside the cell, but holding on to the cell like this for dear life. And he's trying to get, like, they're trying to drag him back into the cell. He had stole some shit and lied about some shit or whatever, and he's screaming. And like the fucking cage, the CO's cage is like right down the wing to the left. So like, I kind of feel fucked up for this, but in my environment and what I was involved with, like, I immediately, without thinking about it, I picked him up and I hit him a couple times and threw him back in the cell because he was trying to get attention from the COs. And I feel fucked up about it in a moral sense because, like, I helped that kid get beat. But at the same time, like, I did it in a way, like, you ain't gonna bring heat to the deck, and like, especially like you're doing fucked up shit and you're giving head and you're doing all this weird shit. Like, nah, bro, take that ass whoop and get your ass in that cell. I see him later on that night. I'm washing my hands. I'm in the bathroom. He comes in there and he's washing a bowl and shit. I just look over at him. Especially, he's a young white kid, bro. Like, man, I think he had like a Gaelic last name. So I'm just like, I'm looking at him disgusted. I'm like, you gotta stand up for yourself, man. I'm sitting there washing my hands 'cause I just got done using the bathroom. He's like, yeah, maybe other people shit for me. And I'm like, nah, man, you a grown ass man if you went here. He was like, yeah, okay, and he just peeled off. And I'm like, man, this kid, man. So later that week, the Aryans I was telling you about, right? There was one. He was a shiesty, bald head motherfucker. He was running up debts with the Moes. If you're from the Midwest, you know what Moes is. So the head Mo, he leveled down from another prison. One of the he leveled down from Michigan City, like maximum security prison. You get like 23 and 1, I think. You get your own cell and shit. It's not open dorm. It's not like off the chain like where I was at, like to where like you're accessible to anybody at any time, right? He levels down. He came down to our prison for a murder, but he was very respected. Everybody knew him. Big Mo, right? So the Aryan dude, the bald head Aryan, was running up a debt. He ran up like $500. They was like, man, we're gonna have to get that $500 either way. They kept pulling him to the cell. Hey man, go get AB. Go get AB. He come down there and ooh, this dude bald, tattoos everywhere. He looked like an AB out of a documentary or something. You would think that he was with the shit, but he was scared to death of these moles. And you got to think the only brothers he's got in here with him is like maybe one or like two. One that is a fucking AB, and then the other one that wants to be an AB, right? They're all sleeping on the floor. So I go out, my best friend, D-Town, Joe. They call him Detroit in there. I call him Joe. That was my brother, man. I knew him as who he was. We're kicking it. We go out to rec. We're working out, man. Running the track. I'm flipping the tire and shit. We come in. And I see Jake walking down from big, bald, black dude cell who he supposedly gave head to. He's coming down. He's got some commissary and he's walking and shit. And this is what's fucked up, bro. I did feel bad for him for this because this was fucked up. So he's walking down. I'm right here. The door's right here. The CO is right here. The CO was a woman, and she was sitting there talking to me and Joe as we came back in from rec. And we're sitting there, we're just like trying to spit game with her. We're just playing around. Well, the AB dude, all of a sudden, the bald AB with the tattoos that owe money, he's standing over here, like, got his hand behind his back, and he's listening to our conversation. And the CO, and he's got his hand behind his back, and he's like, and he's joking with us, like, butting into he was meddling. So we're just like, man, what the fuck is he on? So we're still, like, sitting there talking. Here comes Jake coming down the wing. Here's the AB dude. Next thing you know, from behind his back, that he had behind his back, he went, like that, right in Jake's face. It was a fucking mug, a plastic mug with a black handle. If you was locked up, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know what was in there. Hot water, oil, I don't know. All over him. Boom! Started melting his shit. Red immediately. Skin peeling. So Jake he fucking, oh, what the fuck? And he screams like this primal scream, and he runs down a wing. The AB dude chases him down with a fucking poker like this, like an ice pick almost. And he's like stabbing him as he's chasing him. But Jake gets away, so he doesn't like get down on him like that. So the CO that we was talking to, she don't know what's going on. She's like, what just happened? What just happened? Me and Joe's like, I don't know. And we looking down on the ground, we saw all this wet shit. So me and Joe automatically, we're looking at each other like, damn, he just got fucked up. But the CO is so dumb and so like oblivious to what just happened. All of a sudden she's like, I'm doing a code, right? I'm calling a code, boom, on the wall. So we're like, oh, no, don't do a code. We're going to figure it, like we're trying to get the fuck away from the situation. We don't know what the fuck just happened. So we're trying to get away. She's like, hold on. And she's trying to consult us like what she should do. We're like, we don't know. I don't know. So we're pipping off. All of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. You hear it. Boom. All the sergeants, everybody runs up in there, right? Next thing you know, we get to the day room. We go back to where my rack is and shit. And we're just chilling like nothing happened and shit. We got the phones right here. And we look, boom, they all ran on. White hat sergeants, everybody in there. They hem up the fucking AB dude. So what had happened is that he owed all that money, but he couldn't pay it, right? He was a drug addict. He owed all that motherfucking money. But he found the weakest person he could to do some shit to get himself removed from the dorm. To go to another dorm. Because he ran up a deck on our dorm. And the person that he chose was that young kid. Jake Tyler, whatever his name was. And he fucked him up. He threw some shit on his face, melted his shit, stabbed him a couple times. And even the moles, they thought that was fucked up. They was like, damn, bro, that's just a kid, bro. You could have chosen it. You could have chose one of us, bro. As they're taking him out, they're trying to tell the COs, no, leave him here. We're going to deal with him. They're like, no, we're taking him out. The COs beat his ass all the way out the door. And we go back there, me and Joe and shit. We're going back to Joe's cell after the commotion dies down a little bit. And we see Jake back there. He's crying, bro. His whole shit from here down, his whole torso is red. And like eyes bloodshot. And he's, there's blood and shit. And I was just like, damn. I'm like, damn, bro, this kid, man. It made me feel fucked up. I felt bad for him, but moral of the story, you can't show that, man. That makes you look weak, man. So God bless that kid. I don't know where he's at today. I hope he's out and I hope he's doing good. But yeah, man, you young guys thinking that gangster shit's cool and playing with switches and the music and all, man, you guys are too, like, you ain't far gone yet, man. Your life ain't fucked up. You don't live in a tragic mindset yet. You don't have a tragic life yet, man. You have a lot to go for. You have a lot to live for. You have not seen evil yet. But if you keep on going down that path, you're going to see some evil. You're going to see some shit that your mind cannot comprehend. You're going to see some shit you can't fathom mentally. I promise you. On everything I love, bro, you will see it. If you keep going down that path, man, and it's going to beat you. It's going to beat you down in a negative way. And then by the time you're in your mid-20s thinking that you was a gangster, you're going to realize, oh my God. Like, this is real life. Is this what, like, it's going to make you sick, bro. There's fucked up shit in the world. And if you keep running around, man, we live in cyber cities now, bro. This ain't the 80s. This ain't the 90s. This ain't the 70s. Like, bro, like, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get caught. And if you go to a place like I was at, they're going to have fun with you. They're going to treat you like a hacky sack. Just like they did Jake. Promise you. All right, y'all. I haven't made a video in a while, but there you go.